So what me and my cousin, what Moonlight was just talking about, I was saying to him that it's our purpose to awaken humanity, and my cousin just Moonlight just said, "What'd you just say?"
I said that I don't feel that it's my purpose to awaken people, or I don't put the responsibility of awakening people on myself. I feel like it's people's responsibility to awaken themselves. So I don't put that burden on myself. That's not a burden that I put on me. Like, that's just, it's too heavy of a burden. Like, it's not, I don't feel like it's my responsibility to awaken people. I feel like it's people's responsibility to awaken themselves. And so, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just how I feel.
Yeah. So what led to this, what Moonlight was just saying and elaborating on, is I was talking about this is our purpose and stuff like that, and my cousin said that he doesn't really know his purpose, and actually I don't understand my full purpose at all either, but Moonlight will tell you that one thing that I know is that I love humans. I love every single one of y'all, and I don't separate by power that you have or money that you have. It doesn't matter. I love all humans the same, and there's levels to this.
I feel like my purpose, our purpose, is to just experience life. Like people say, what is the purpose of life? What is the purpose? The purpose is to just live, to experience.
Yeah.
Like to just to be able to have this experience as a human. The touch, the sound, the sight, the taste, the emotional aspect to life, the science, the philosophy, the math, the everything, nature, the essence of love and light and energy and happiness and sadness, and to be able to feel all these different emotions, go through these emotional experiences. And like one experience that we're blessed to be able to experience as a human is, and I feel everyone can relate to this, hearing a song that gives you chills, that when you're in the moment, you hear a song come on, and that song, just something about the way that the notes and the tune is put together and composed, it invokes an emotion inside of you that gives you chills. And you feel goosebumps because of the sound that you're hearing,
the frequency.
And to be able to hear that sound that somebody else has put together, I don't say necessarily created, I say discovered, because the sound is there already. We're just taking it and we're manipulating it in a way to where it suits us and sounds good to us and invokes an emotional response. So to be able to experience something that simple yet that emotionally just be able to emotionally transform you
charged
in that moment is something that only us as humans on this planet have the ability to experience. Like, animals don't, everything responds to music. Plants respond to music, animals respond to music, everything responds to music.
Everything.
But to interpret music in the way that we do as humans, with our ability to think ahead, and in a way that, animals in nature doesn't really have the ability to do like we do, is a certain it's amazing to be able to experience that as a human, just that one thing. So, but you could think of a million other things that we have the ability to experience in our life, and it's just that. It's just the experience itself. just the experience, to be able to experience that thing is enough. It doesn't have to be anything more than that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be, well, now I have to take this experience and share it with the world and transform the minds of every person on the planet and all this other stuff. No, just experience the experience. That's why I love Jimi Hendrix when he says, have you experienced or been experienced? Well, I have. And then he just starts jamming out on the guitar. Because he takes you on the Jimi Hendrix experience.
That journey.
He's letting you experience the Jimi Hendrix experience.
Yeah.
And he's asking you, have you ever been experienced? Like, have you ever shared yourself with somebody musically so they can experience the sunshine experience or the moonlight experience? Like, well, I have. Check it out. I'm going to do it right now.
Yeah.
And then he takes you on the experience.
Yeah.
Just to experience is enough for the purpose of our life. It doesn't have to be anything more than just experience.
Because that's enough.
Just to be in the moment and have the experience that you're having right now is the purpose of life.
Like we're doing right now. We're having this experience that we're experiencing right now, and we're sharing it with you guys. And I don't know, Moonlight's 100% aspect on this, but I want to share this with the world so that they maybe come to a better understanding of what it means to be a human being again.
Yeah.
Because
I'm down with that for sure.
Because
and what it means to really actually experience life.
Yeah, because Moonlight, like we're being slowly cut off from this, and we're just now coming into the age because technology is allowing us to do this. We were just talking about that to get the information that we're getting and sharing with you guys is that we would have to travel all over the world to hear the music from India or see the foundation blocks of the Great Pyramid or look at the Sphinx or travel to
or hear the acoustics inside of the tombs of the Egyptian pharaohs, the tombs in there, go inside and hear the acoustics ringing off of the walls.
Have you ever heard about going into the King's Chamber, cousin?
Yeah,
and
that's what I mean.
And people, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think that the ancient mystery schools in Egypt, one of their rites or one of their teachings was to go into the King's Chamber and spend the night in there.
Yeah.
Imagine this.
Yeah, and imagine going in there and humming or singing an ancient mantra.
Oh yeah.
That causes a vibrational frequency inside of the chamber that ricochets off of the walls and starts creating this energetic force field within the tomb that you're surrounded with and engulfed in.
Oh yeah.
And you can feel it vibrating from the core of your center of your being, or your heart. You can feel it in your heart, in your core, vibrating outward. And to be in there sitting crisscross applesauce, meditating and singing or humming an ancient mantra, and to hear those acoustics ricocheting off the walls and creating a vibrational frequency inside of the tomb that you can feel throughout every cell in your whole body.
It changes you probably.
Oh yeah, it would be a very awakening experience.
Yeah, because the universe and everything like that is a cosmic symphony.
Yeah,
you guys, it is a cosmic symphony, and you guys create your own frequency.
Yep.
And this is your power.
That's your song.
This is your song that you sing to the universe, to the world, to other human beings, that you sing by just allowing people to experience, as Moonlight said earlier, to experience another human being's song.
That's why, that's like it talks about, it talks about, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with him. The Word, it's the Word. What is your word? When you speak a word, right, you're putting out into the universe. That is a vibrational frequency that you are expelling out of your being that has now left your body acoustically as a vibrational wave. Like when I hum and I say, and like if I just go la la la, that right there, that is word that I have just sent out into the universe to manifest as something eventually. It goes out from my being into the air as a vibrational frequency into your ear, transposes from your ear into your brain, and starts firing synapses and firing those things off, neurons in your brain, to create electrical frequency connections inside of your brain.
Yes.
That create that invoke an emotional response. Now you have chemicals being released in the brain like dopamine, serotonin, other things that are creating an emotional response, which is what gives you the goosebumps.
Oh yeah.
And now your body's actually reacting to a simple la 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 that I just sent out into the air. Now I'm having an effect on another human being's body just by putting my word out into the universe. That's what they talk about when they say, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with him, and the Word was him. He was the Word. The Word, your word is everything. When you speak a word, everything that you speak, when you say something, that manifests in some way or another out in the universe in a real, tangible, physical way.
That's why it's important, Moonlight, for us to speak positivity and greatness into our lives, because what we say is powerful, cousin, and we manifest it, and most human beings don't know this, but the elites, they know this.
People underestimate their ability to influence the other people around them
and themselves.
Don't ever underestimate your ability to be an influencer of people.
Yes.
Because, like I said, your word is your word. Everyone has a unique word that they speak in their own unique way that will tangibly manifest in the world around you and have an effect on other people around you, whether you know it or not. But don't ever think that your word is not heard or having an effect on people around you.
Because it is.
Because it always does.
And that brings me back to the saying that us humans like to say, all I have is my word.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, doesn't that resonate with you after you elaborated on that? Like, that brings me straight back to it. Like, all I have is my word.
Yeah.
And my word is bond, because it bonds me and you.
Yep.
In a real way, tangible way, spiritual way.
And when we use technology in excess to a degree where it's used so much that we lose our ability to use our word, we're typing instead of speaking.
Yes.
That is when we suppress our word.
Yes.
And we over excessively use our typing and our emojis rather than using our word and our word of expression to express what we're saying and thinking and feeling. Now what we're doing is isolating ourselves from human to human contact through the use of our word and our expression, and we're using technology to suffocate our ability to communicate.
Which most human beings, we don't realize this, because just not too long ago, I didn't realize this. But I'm going to tell you one thing, you guys. The powers that control us, they know this. And when I say the powers that control us, I'm talking about the families that have been in power for thousands of years, and they pass on this knowledge to a select group of human beings on this earth that do not think that you are privileged enough or even good enough to hear this ancient teachings that we're passing on to you right now as a collective, because we are only strong as our fellow human beings are. I might be strong spiritually, and the next person next to me might not be strong spiritually, but if they open their mind up to just hear the word that Moonlight is speaking, or I am speaking, or that you guys are speaking.
Yeah. Like, one thing I love to do
What?
is to listen to my own word, but not in the way that you probably are thinking, like, oh, he probably loves to hear himself talk.
Tell me
No.
what you're going to say.
What I'm saying is, I like to sit in a silent room and just do an om, like the old ancient ohms in Eastern cultures where they go, Om. And do that in your room, and do it to a point where you can start to hear your heartbeat in your vocal vibration, in your vocal box. You'll literally start to resonate with your heart rate. At whatever rate your heart starts beating at, you'll hear it in the om. It'll go whoa, whoa, like that. And you'll start to feel that and synchronize yourself with it. And when you do that, you're listening to your own word. Even though it doesn't have to be a word, literally, it's your voice. It's just hearing your voice and sending your voice out through your vocals and your ability to do that. And then synchronizing your heart rate with the vibrational frequency of the tone that you're humming. It feels amazing. It starts to resonate inside every cell in your body. And
it changes you.
And they say that the om is actually the frequency that the earth puts out as it's spinning through space. That's what the om was about. It was about tapping in to the vibrational frequency that the earth puts out from space,
which is important because we are created from the earth.
Exactly.
So when Moonlight says this, he is connecting with earth, because we are made from the earth. The earth is alive. Moonlight is alive. So when he does the ohms, he is connecting with earth.
Yeah.
And he is magnifying earth, and earth is magnifying him at the same time. So, and when Moonlight does this, and when you guys do this, it changes you on a molecular level. It re-energizes your cells, and it spiritually and physically helps your body. So when you meditate, right, you have this organ inside your brain. It's called the pineal gland. If you're not up to date on it, look it up. It's a peanut sized or an acorn sized gland that has hundreds or thousands of tiny little crystals inside your brain. And when you have spinal fluid that runs up your spine, and it goes through your cerebellum and into your pineal gland. And the way to activate this is through meditation. When you hold your breath and you breathe out and in, and you hold your breath, you're putting pressure inside of your body. Your body is a biological masterpiece machine.
Yes, correct.
So it's important. They put this chemical in our water called fluoride, and they say it's for our teeth, but it calcifies the pineal gland. And this is important to know, guys, because the water you take in is very important.
Yes, it's essential.
It's essential, guys. I can't stress it enough. It's essential.
Taking in water that is clean, that doesn't have heavy metals
Yep.
and other chemicals and other things in it.
Exactly.
It can have an effect on your well-being tremendously, like in ways that you couldn't even imagine.
And so when you meditate and you start breathing, your body will eventually take over. It doesn't take that long, guys. It will take over itself, and then you will start to experience that you will be naturally holding your breath for several minutes at a time. Moonlight was telling me the other day that his body was holding its breath for 7, 8, maybe 9 minutes, guys. And that's putting pressure on your spinal fluid. And this is what they call a Kundalini experience, an awakening. And the spinal fluid, it puts pressure on your body, and it travels up your spine and into your pineal gland. And this is where you access your power, guys. You can travel interdimensionally. You can go to places that you can't get to. You can travel millions of miles away to other planets. You can do amazing things, guys. And I just wanted to touch on that really quick, Moon. Like, what do you have to add to that?
I was going to say, through my experience, what ends up happening is once you activate your pineal gland and you get your body synchronized and in sync with the certain vibrational frequency, in your heart and your mind and your body are operating in synchronicity, what happens is your blood cells, see, when you breathe in, your blood cells take in oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
And when you breathe out, when you hold your breath, your blood cells start to expel oxygen slowly through your body. And eventually what happens is your blood cells run out of oxygen. That's why you start feeling like you need to breathe again and start feeling like you're suffocating, because your blood cells have gotten rid of all the oxygen that it has stored up. And now you need to intake more. So what happens is when you start breathing slowly and you control your breathing, your body's blood cells, your cells in your body, will start to hold on to the oxygen longer. And they will expel the oxygen at a slower and more steady rate. So what happens is you start feeling like you need less air to survive on. And you do. You actually do only need less air to survive on, because your cells are activating in a way where they are making, you know how they say a lot of us need less than what we realize in life.
Yes.
Well, it's the same thing with your cells in your blood and the way that they use oxygen.
Interesting.
You need less than you actually realize, and your cells will start to awaken to that.
Ooh.
And they'll start to operate in a way where they hold oxygen longer, and you'll find yourself only taking in 3 breaths every 2 minutes.
Ooh.
Instead of 30 breaths every 2 minutes or whatever have you. Because your cells start operating on the same they start operating in sync with your body and your mind and your heart. And you can find that I find that I can hold my breath for multiple minutes at a time
without even trying, right?
Yeah,
when you're in meditation,
because my cells are vibrating with life and they're holding on to the oxygen. They're making the most out of the little bit of oxygen that I give them. And they're squeezing as much as they can out of that little bit of oxygen. And that's what controlling your breathing is all about. That's why you slow your breathing down, because your cells are in less of a state of emergency. Like when you're breathing normally and you're taking in 30 breaths every 2 minutes, your cells are like, okay, they're used to a certain tempo. Yeah. Your heart's beating at a certain pace. Your body's operating at a certain tempo. They're like, okay, every so often we get oxygen and then we get rid of it and then get ready to bring in new oxygen. So when you slow everything down, your cells, your body will actually get in tune with that. And it'll start holding on to that oxygen longer and get rid of it slower. And you'll find yourself being able to live off of less air and less oxygen, because your body and your cells are actually making the most out of what you're giving them, what you're providing them.
And when Moonlight is saying this, it brings up to mind, I'm gonna get a little off topic here, Moonlight, but so our cells and our body, like I said, is this great cosmic machine that is just awesome, and it has the ability to repair itself, guys. And so when ancient traditions and religions say to fast like that, that means that they take in no food and maybe just a little bit of liquids, and
allowing your body to make the most out of less.
Yes, and what's happening is that your body doesn't have anything to eat or anything, so it starts to eat all the bad things. Your body will start consuming itself, and it will take the bad stuff first. So when you guys do a fast, this is your body taking all the bad stuff and burning it out, guys. So this is important. And you don't start off with doing a mega fast and stuff like that. You'll hear these celebrities and these people that are well known on TV, social media. They'll tell you that they fast for 5, 10, 20 days, and they have spiritual awakenings, and they can see clearly and mentally see clarity, and they get clarity. And this is true, guys. So I just wanted to touch on that really quick because it brought it to mind. Do you have anything to say on that?
I was just going to say, it's the same concept. You're causing your body to get in tune with being alive with the least amount of essentials needed. So same thing, how when you slow your breathing down, you slow your heart rate, then your cells get in tune and they start holding on to oxygen longer. Your body will get in a rhythm as you're intaking less food, and just in the same way, your body will start to operate off of less. Your body will need less to operate, and it will operate to its maximum ability off of the least amount of essential energies that you're providing it with. It's about our bodies are about rhythm. It's all about rhythm. It's a rhythm. Your heart rate is a rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
The oxygen in your blood cells is a rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Your breathing is a rhythm. Your brain waves are a rhythm. Your everything, it's all a rhythm. The way that your gut processes foods and breaks foods down it's in a rhythm. Your metabolism is a rhythm. Your metabolism operates at a certain pace because it gets used to a certain rhythm that you intake food. That's why they say if you want to speed your metabolism up, eat smaller meals more throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
Get your body in a rhythm that it starts operating under.
A cosmic symphony, cousin.
Right.
Moonlight, you are speaking real words from real experiences, and this is what makes it so tangible and will connect with all you guys out there.
And that's why they say in music, there's two things that you should never compromise as a musician.
What is that?
And that's tone and timing.
Tell me why.
That's because the two most important things when it comes to making music is your tone and your timing, which means your rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
You can, like, if you have played music and you have no rhythm, people are not going to feel your music. They're not going to feel it. If you have rhythm, they're going to get into the rhythm and feel it. If you compromise your tonality, people are not going to feel your music. If you don't have a good tone to what you're putting out, your vibration, people aren't going to synchronize and feel it. You have no tone, So that's why they say, as a musician, do not ever compromise your tone and timing, the two T's. That's because rhythm is an essential part of the universe. It's an essential part of everything around us. All things vibrate at a rhythm. That's why you see colors. Colors are vibrational frequencies of light being rhythmically ricocheted off of objects around you. That's why you see red and yellow and blue and green and these other colors, when in reality it's just vibrational frequency. But your eyes and your brain are interpreting it as different rhythms of vibrational waves going into the cones of your eye, of your uvea in your eyeball, that interprets different vibrational wavelengths. Same thing with your nose and your taste. The reason you smell smells and taste is because your cells inside of your nose and your mouth are interpreting different vibrational frequencies. That's why they say smelling is your nose listening. It's the same thing.
Man, that is deep there.
It's your nose
Moonlight,
listening.
that is deep. I never heard it explained that in that way right there.
Yeah.
That was very deep. And you guys, Moonlight's perspective is awesome. And I want to know your guys' perspective. So in the comments below, I want you to tell me what you think about what he just said about the rhythm and the tone. And man, what do you guys think about that life is just a great cosmic symphony, guys? So comment below, like, and subscribe. And we'll be back with another conversation in the comments below. Let us know what you guys want to talk about. All right? So this is Sunshine.
This is Moonlight.
And we're signing out.
Peace.
Love you guys.